Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Randomly T, and today I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk about choosing the perfect school for your child. Your child, okay? Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So y'all, I recently did a video on my channel where I was talking about how the charter school that my son was in, it did not work for us. Like, I had to pull him immediately. And you can check out that video. I'll link it in the description box. But we now have him in a better school, and he is no longer in that charter school. I won't go into detail because all of the detail is in that video, but we had to remove him immediately. And I'm really passionate about my son's education because I know that education is so important, especially, those early grades, first, second, third, fourth, all of those grades, you get, you get that education, and that just like prepares you for junior high, high school. So if you don't get it in elementary school, like, you're just going to struggle. So again, I just wanted to let you all know ways to make sure you're choosing the best school for your child. It's time out for just choosing the school that's around the corner from your house because it's close. Like, no, that school might have bad test scores. That school may only have 10% proficient in reading. So, and I know that's how a lot of parents chose schools back in the day. You lived where you lived and you went to the school across the street. You went to the school around the corner. Like, I don't even think a lot of research was done in choosing the best school for your child. So many schools focus on different things. Some schools focus on science. Some schools focus on technology. So you know your child. You know what your child takes interest in. And you want to put your child in a school where they can cultivate, where the school can, cultivate what's already in your child, And so, like I said, time out for just, the school around the corner. That's where your child's going. I know, and I've heard this talk long before we even bought a home, but several years ago, I would hear people, preparing to buy a home, and they're trying to buy a home in the school district that they want their child to be in. It wasn't, based on like the neighborhood or, the house cost this amount. Like, they were focusing, putting emphasis on a good school district. And I totally get why. Like, I really see why now, because all schools are not created equal. And when choosing a school, again, find the school that's right for your child. Do you want your school in a predominantly, do you want your school in a child that has diversity? Do you want your child in a school that's predominantly this race? Do you want your child in a school that's predominantly another race? Like, all of those things play a factor, and your child may thrive in the diverse, in one that's more diverse. They may thrive in one that is, not focusing on, but one that is predominantly this race or that race. Like, your child. Certain schools have certain activities, certain jobs, certain schools, I don't know, they just focus on different things. So there is, online, always do your research, always, but you can find out a school's test scores. Yes, get the school's test scores before you enroll your child in a school. You can go online. I believe the website is called Niche, Niche, and you can kind of just type that in along with the name of the school that your child goes in. That website will tell you how much diversity is in the school. It will tell you how many boys in the school, how many girls are in the school. It will tell you how many are proficient in reading, how many are proficient in math. And online, you can also get that school's report card. Like, that is public information. And it is so important that you know that, because you don't want to set your child up going to school and they're struggling, or you're realizing, you're talking to a friend that has a child the same age as your child, and their child is further ahead. And why? Why is that child further ahead? It may be the school. I mean, there's just so much, and I'm so passionate about it because we had originally enrolled my son into a very nice charter school. He went there kindergarten and first grade, and he did wonderful, okay? That school closed down, which that's a whole nother video on charter schools closing. But that charter school closed. Another charter school came in, and the charter school that came in was not meeting the expectation at all. Like, no. And I'm glad my son was only there 2 months. I'm actually mad he was there those 2 months, but I pulled him early on, 2 months, because we had to. My son wasn't being taught science and social studies. And like I said, all of this is in like a previous video that I did. But anyways, we moved him. He is now in a wonderful school, a great school district. And it's just been amazing. I've even noticed the short amount of time that my child has been in that school, his vocabulary has expanded. Like, he is speaking better. Like, yeah, this is where your child is most of the week, okay? Kids are in school from like 9 to 3:30, 8:30 to 3 o'clock. Like, they're in school a lot of the time. So you want to make sure that your child is in a good environment where they can learn. Some schools have bad kids, period. Like, I'm sorry. Like, no, some schools really have bad kids. Other schools, they don't play that. Certain schools you go to, no, they don't play that. Too many times and you're kicked out the school. Like, and so, I don't know, y'all. I'm just so passionate about it. Do your research on where you're putting your child in school. Don't just pick the school because your friends, your friends' kids go there and they're doing well. They may have different needs than your child, so it's really picking the school that's absolutely best for your child, okay? And I will say this, a lot of times you can think your child is in a good school. And it's like, sometimes you don't know better until you get better. Because I'll even admit, where my son is now is better than the first charter school that he went in. And it's like, I really like that first charter school, but like, looking back, because we've because we put him somewhere else, I even see that this school is better than that school. So, I don't know. Do your research, parents. Pick a good school for your child so they can thrive. I think a lot of children, a lot of children, some of them aren't learning. And I don't even think some of the children have special needs per se, Sometimes I just think they can't learn in a certain environment. Certain children, they learn differently, Some schools, like I said, even with the charter schools in the state that we live in, they don't even have to have a education degree. It's preferred, but they don't have to. And it's like, no, find out how long has your child's teacher been teaching, okay? Have they taught that grade before, It's a lot. Read the reviews. And I know reviews are sometimes like opinions, but read the reviews. Get the school's report card, If you see your child is not thriving in that environment, I would say move them. Pull them before it's too late, And I ain't saying doing school hopping, because if you do your research beforehand, you shouldn't even have to school hop like that, But just find a good school, the best school for your child. Don't give a school a chance, because that's what I did, and I regret it. And like I said, it was only 2 months, but like, no, don't take a chance on your child's education, because it's so important. It is so, so important. So I wanted to just come on. I'm so passionate about it, y'all. Like, I'm so passionate about it because, man, I would have kept my son in the charter school that came in and took its place. My child would end up being behind. And it wouldn't have even been his fault. So, no. Pick the best school for your child. Do your research. That is all I want to say today. Like I said, I wanted to just piggyback off the other video that I did. Because it just needed to be said, period. Make sure that the school that your child is going to is standing on business. Like, when you call the school, they should be picking up the phone. Things should be in order with the office. I mean, all of that just like plays a role, because like I've even visited some schools over the last several weeks, and the office was just all confused. Nobody having this information, nobody having that information. And I'm like, all of that is just a trickle down effect, like onto the staff, onto the teachers, onto the students. And yes, pick the best school for your child. That's it. I do thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.